I'm Veronica Whyte, and this is Psychology of Us, sharing the stories that matter. Catch us every month on Channel 31 or stream us anytime on CTV+. Cricket isn't just a game in Australia, it's cornerstone of community life. From backyard battles and weekend warriors to club champions, cricket brings communities together through fierce competition, deep camaraderie, and a sense of belonging that stretches far beyond the boundary line. At the grassroots level, clubs like Hallam Kalora Cricket Club keep that spirit alive. With a strong focus on community, inclusion, and player development, Hallam Kalora has become more than a club. It's a second home for many, nurturing talent and lifelong friendships across generations. It's where mateship is forged, resilience is tested, and every season becomes part of a bigger story. One chapter of that story came 4 years ago when the Hallam Kalora team achieved something unforgettable, a grand final win. It wasn't just one moment or one player, it was a collective triumph built on the hard work, trust, and spirit of the entire team. Among those teammates was Whyte, a passionate player and a true clubman as endorsed by his teammates. Whyte's cricket journey didn't follow a traditional path, and maybe that's what makes it so relatable. He was 17 when he was first dragged along to join Hallam Kalora Cricket Club. No junior cricket, no early coaching. He taught himself how to bowl by watching a legendary cricketer, Glenn McGrath, on TV and practicing in the yard with his brother. Will's been a mainstay of the club, showing up, pushing through, and playing with heart, even through serious injuries. But through it all, what's mattered most to Will is the bond with his teammates, the pride of the Hallam Kalora colours, and the love of the game that's never let him go. This year, the club came agonisingly close to another big win, and we explore the emotional landscape of being right on the edge of glory and what that teaches us about sport, self, and the emotional toll of high-performance sport at the community level. Let's start going back to that big moment of win 4 years ago.
It was a great moment, I suppose, in my sporting career, considering it's only local cricket. But yeah, it's very, very highs in that period. The fact that we trained so hard during the COVID years, because that was during COVID. Business as well. We all work separate jobs, and we all come up and play on a Saturday to try and have success with our mates that we grew up with, or that we've just met at the cricket level, at the community. So yeah, I can't go through it. I suppose the photos that we have to share still brings back the goosebumps when we look through them, and having my family and my daughter there for so many good photos. It still gives me goosebumps now, even when I talk about it.
It's amazing achievements. And that happened after 19 years of trying?
Yeah, it was probably close to 16 years of trying, backing up week in, week out. That year, actually, I did take, I actually organised a personal trainer myself to help me a little bit that year. I was very, very determined on achieving something that year. So,
what did that moment teach you about your own self-identity, about self perhaps? How did you find these internal resources to be part of the team and bring that grand final win?
I suppose that's what I was mentioning with the personal trainer. I thought if I could bring the best version of myself in a team game, because it is it's a team-oriented game, but it's a very selfish team-oriented game. So the better you do individually, the better the team does, and it contributes to the success of the team. So yeah, I did what I could to bring the best version of myself to the team, and it worked out. It was one of the best years I had up to that point, and we'd come home with the cup, I guess, and it was a very, very warm and fuzzy moment seeing the past players that have played, and the club means so much to so many people. So it was, as I said, it was a moment that I won't forget.
So we speak a lot about winning and going from zero to hero story, but when we nearly win and we put all our effort into something but we didn't get our way, but we came so close and we experienced that heartbreak and disappointment, what do you feel and how do you overcome that challenge of moving forward?
Well, I suppose it's changed over the years, the mental battles that I used to have when we didn't win that premiership the motivation to go in, and your mind was just like, well, I need to train harder, I need to do this harder, I need to do that harder, I need to start pre-season earlier, and you're just mentally having those questions run over your head. What can I do to be better version of myself next season for the team? But since we won that, the questions become different. It's like, do I want to spend that much time away from the family? Do I want to continually go again and put my body through that? And you get asked these questions constantly. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And then at the end of the day, I suppose, you make
So what would be your answers for the next season moving forward?
I suppose it's that maybe, I don't know, the legacy maybe that you want to leave. Even as a kid, you hear these things about people being talked about and how good they were in certain situations, and when things got tough, they were mentally strong enough to get through certain games. And I have played with a lot of injuries that you have to constantly bring yourself up to be able to perform and not show the opposition that you're hurt and keep going through it. So
tough.
Yeah.
Okay, can you share with us a couple of moments when you were injured but you still pursued?
Yeah, I had surgery on my elbow once, and I think the doctor told me to not play for I think about 4 months, and I was back playing within 3 weeks.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so
You didn't listen to the doctors?
No,
it seems like it's the message of today's episode.
I think if
Athletes do not listen to the doctors.
I don't know, maybe it's just the generation we grew in. You just keep going. You just keep going. You just keep performing. You don't like to show any weakness.
I have to put a disclaimer. That's not exactly the advice you follow.
I was going to say that as soon as I said I think I'm going down the wrong path, yeah.
Do you ever wrestle with the past version of yourself when you won versus the version of yourself that didn't win?
I suppose yes. I suppose it goes back to the question that you asked before. What are the things that you could have done? That year that we won, I had a personal trainer constantly, and I was constantly getting pushed to work out and get stronger, strengthening myself. This year, personally, I had a better year statistically, but we didn't come away with it. And then you think, well, maybe it's because I didn't do this or I didn't do that. Or so yeah, you always wrestle. You're always comparing yourself with your past. But yeah, I suppose as a person, you have to let it go as quick as you can.
So it's you versus you.
100%.
Try to build the next version of yourself that will do better. Because
that's the thing. When your season finishes, you go straight into your own mind and you're thinking about, can I go again? And it's only the voice in your head that's telling you yes or no.
And cricket is the sport where it's a team sport. So how do you manage that, your own performance and the performance of the team? How does that work together?
Yeah, it is a funny one. Like, you have to be okay with someone else not doing something that you think that maybe you could have done. Because yeah, you are relying on 10 other people out there to either complete what you've started, or you're relying on them to score runs. As a bowler, I'm a bowler, so I rely on people to score runs so that I can then hopefully do my job. So yeah, in some weeks it doesn't work out.
It teaches you trust.
It does. You have to really have faith in someone that is outside your ability. But the older you get, I think the easier it gets. When you're young and you think you can probably take on the world, you really think that you could do better, or I could do better in that situation. But at the end of the day, I'm just a bowler and I couldn't hit a ball to save myself.
Okay. So what are you still chasing, and is it the win or something else?
I suppose now at this stage, we had our presentation night a few nights ago on Thursday. I suppose you look around the room on that night and you see the older guys that have done certain things for the club and are recognised on that level. I think now with my age and where I'm getting to, it'd be nice to be considered a Hallam great of the club. So that's probably it now, is just trying to chip away and do what I can for the club and maybe teach the young kids coming through like I was taught when I first come to the club. So,
you know, we use the sports and the patience and the focus and overcoming challenges in this as a metaphor for life. And I was wondering, do you have any advice for people who are watching us now? That what advice would you give to them how to overcome those challenges when you worked so hard for something but it didn't go your way?
I suppose if I was giving advice from the start, from when I first started, I was very, very persistent myself I started in the lowest grade possible, and I worked my butt off to get to where I wanted to go to, because I'm very competitive. And when results don't go your way, you have to always understand that there is other people on the other side that have families and friends that have dreams of winning just as much as you do, that have, completed their dreams. So you can't be too disheartened about it, because we're all just people trying to achieve the same goals. So you just go again and hope that the cards fall your way the next time, and you're the one celebrating, not commiserating. So.
Okay, that sounds like a good advice. Well, thank you, Will, for representing what so many people feel but rarely say, the emotional heart of sport, and your loyalty, grit and love for the game. They reflect everything that makes local cricket so meaningful. We're very grateful that you came in today to share your story.
Thanks for having me.
Of the win and the near win, and we wish you all the very best next season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What we've heard today are two very different stories, one played out on the world stage, the other on local fields, and yet both speak to something universal, the human capacity to endure, evolve and rise again. Vlad showed us what it means to confront pain head-on, to silence doubt with discipline, and to chase greatness even when the road back seemed impossible. Will reminded us that strength isn't always in the spotlight. Sometimes it's in the quiet, consistent presence of someone who never stops showing up for their team, for their club, and for the love of the game. In their own ways, both of these men have wrestled with identity, with failure, and with the kind of inner battles most people never see. But through persistence and a deep connection to something bigger than themselves, they found not just success, but meaning. So whether you're lifting the heaviest weight in the world or carrying the spirit of your team across seasons, the message is clear. True strength doesn't always roll. Sometimes it just refuses to quit. And thank you for watching The Psychology of Us. I'm Veronica Whyte, and I'll see you next time as we continue exploring the stories that shape us. Until then, take care of your mind, take care of your body, and never underestimate the quiet power of persistence.